Whether you are pro or whether you're semi-pro, if you have a club name, if you have a club logo, gate is open. You can join in. Watching is fun, playing is more fun, competing here is extreme. Gate is open. We are waiting for you. Join in. Thank you.
See all the stuff that is coming up, guys. PUBG Mobile, but that's
सवाल सबका स्वागत है वेलकम बैक ये लोग क्यों बात कर रहे हो गोल्डी भाई
में चुप हो जाएंगे तुमने स्टार्ट किया तभी तुमने स्टार्ट
तो यार वापस हम लोग आए थे स्टेडियम को देखने के लिए यार पूरा जितनी संख्या है कि पूरा आते हैं क्योंकि चाय नहीं टाइम सो गया देखने के लिए नहीं ना इंडिया वाले चाह रहे हैं सो तो नहीं गए ना यार तो यार ये है वो स्टेडियम जहाँ पर हो रही है मैच चलिए ब्रेक बाय बाय मिलते बाद में फिर से मिलते हैं
PUBG brothers, my brothers. Here we go. Where are my other people at?
Well, I mean, it's so crazy because we all live in different parts of the world, so this is like the second opportunity, other than the North American Challenge, to actually be together in person. You know, we spend so many hours in-game together, so being able to hang out together is just, oh, it's awesome.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Look
有这几天我们都是晚上一起研究那些信息，还有战术，还有研究了其他战队的那些比赛视频。And thankfully to PUBG Mobile, the Campus Championship that was held in India gave us the opportunity to come here. And we are really excited for the PMSC Global Finals, and we really hope we can win it.
이게 1회로 끝나는 게 아니라 2회, 3회 계속 이어질 수도 있으면 좋겠고 저희뿐만 아니라 많은 전 세계의 사람들이 이런 기회를 얻어서 좋은 경험을 해봤으면 좋겠어요.
Saya suka PUBG Mobile.
到这边心情感觉很不错啊，然后感觉这边天气跟国内都差不多。좋은 성적 꼭 거둘 수 있도록 최선을 다하겠습니다. 또 UGT加油! 대한민국 파이팅!
Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9, it's got more power than you need until you need it.
For free. तो डे 2 राउंड 5 कल के 4 ऑफिशियल राउंड्स के बाद आज का 5वां ऑफिशियल राउंड शुरू होने जा रहा है। एफपीपी मोड एरेंगल में खेला जाना है 8x8 वाले मैप में। और जितनी बार भी हमने देखा है एरेंगल के जितने भी कल के 4 ऑफिशियल राउंड्स हुए हैं मोस्टली बंदे जैसे ही फ्लाइट पाथ अगर मान लो मिलिट्री से आपका सेवर्नी तक जाता है तो लोग स्प्लिट अप हो जाते हैं। ये रहा फ्लाइंग पाथ, आधे उधर जाओ आधे उधर जाओ और आधे जहां पाओ वहीं कूद जाओ।
मैं तो परेशान हूँ, एक काउंटडाउन खत्म होता दूसरा चालू होता, मैं बड़ा परेशान हूँ। पर कोई बात नहीं यार, मजे कर रहे हम लोग। जैसे गोल्डी ने कहा कि फिट वाले मिलिट्री, मोटे वाले नोवो,
जिसको कुछ नहीं समझ आ रहा वो क्या कूदेगा,
बाहर में जाओ पानी में उतर जाओ। तो एनीवे यार गाइस, अभी कुछ ही देर में शुरू होने वाला है पबजी मोबाइल स्टार चैलेंज ग्लोबल फाइनल्स डे 2 का ऑफिशियल मैच नंबर 1। ये है एक्चुअली पूरे टूर्नामेंट का 5वां नंबर मैच, 5th नंबर मैच 1 आज के दिन का। आज के सारे मैचेस होने वाला है फर्स्ट पर्सन में। तो थोड़ी बात करते हैं फर्स्ट पर्सन और थर्ड पर्सन के डिफरेंस के बारे में। एक्चुअली आपको पता नहीं है कि जैसे ही आप फर्स्ट पर्सन से थर्ड पर्सन में गेम को स्विच कर दो, पूरा जो गेम है वो पूरा गेम प्ले स्टाइल बदल जाता है। आप ऐसे चीजें हैं जो आप थर्ड पर्सन में कर सकते हो जो फर्स्ट में आप नहीं कर सकते।
फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर आप थर्ड पर्सन में किसी एक पत्थर के टीले के पीछे हो या फिर आपके पास कोई एक पेड़ का कवर है, किसी भी आप कवर के पीछे हो तो आप पीक करके बिना पीक किए आप देख सकते हो। फर्स्ट पर्सन में अगर आपको पीक कर ही आपको देखना पड़ेगा, अपनी जान जोखिम में डालनी पड़ेगी आपको। एनवायरमेंटल एक्स्ट्रा इन्फॉर्मेशन अगर
वो इक्वल है, वो इक्वल, तू निकलेगा तो मैं भी निकलेगा ना, तो मैं
वहाँ पे इक्वल है। और थर्ड पर्सन में जब आप टॉप 5 या टॉप 10 सिचुएशन में हो तो वहाँ पे कैंपिंग उतनी ज़्यादा फर्स्ट पर्सन में काम नहीं आती जितनी थर्ड पर्सन में काम आती है।
और ये टीम जीती थोड़ी देर पहले अपना एग्जीबिशन मैच। वाइल्ड कार्ड टीम का नाम है। सारे बंदे बहुत ही अच्छा खेले, लौंडे खुश भी हो गए थे खेलने के बाद, जीतने के बाद।
इनकी एग्जीबिशन मैच के अंदर ही वाइल्ड कार्ड एंट्री हो गई। बोले वाह, वाइल्ड कार्ड कम से कम एग्जीबिशन मैच तो जीते।
तो यार सभी बंदे अंगूठा
letting us play like how it happened yesterday pretty much to Hot Jukes. We might even see more of that today.
Indeed. It's going to be really interesting to see how
आधार कार्ड बन चुका है हमारा।
तो इसी के साथ जैसे कि हम और ज़्यादा और भी अगर
today develops, we've got FPP for the first time this tournament. See if the Asian teams, if that's their cup of tea or not.
Right, and that's actually a good thing that you bring up, because from our perspective and what we usually expect when it comes to, say, PUBG Mobile, even PUBG on PC, is that a lot of Western teams prefer FPP, whereas a lot of Asian teams prefer the TPP. So maybe that can be the divider here, but we don't know yet. That's what we're here to see today, right?
Indeed it is. If that is indeed the case, well, 2 days of TPP, the teams that are preferring FPP really need to come out today and make a huge statement, getting those rankings and getting those kills, because if we go back to TPP tomorrow, and that is indeed what the Asian teams prefer, they've got a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah, if they don't take advantage of that, it is going to be a bad third day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, and that is indeed what the Asian teams prefer. They've got a lot of ground to make up.
Yeah, if they don't take advantage of that, it is going to be a bad third day.
Yeah. Absolutely. So let's take a look at our teams, of course. A few more of the teams coming into the World Championship to try and crown themselves champion.
우리나라 대표에서 온 거니까 가는 데까지 가보고 목표는 뭐 그냥 간단하게 우승입니다. 게임하면 한국, 배틀그라운드 하면 한국 아니겠습니까? 열심히 해서 1등 하겠습니다. 파이팅! 코리안 위너 치킨 디너 얌얌얌!
Ready for Dubai. Check us out play. Minimum expectations is first place for our team. You know, we're not expecting second or third or fourth. It's just first. Let's go. Cloud9.
ก็ครอบครัวเขาบอกว่าให้เต็มที่ครับขอให้เราเต็มที่กับการแข่งครั้งนี้นะก็จะทำให้เต็มที่นะครับอย่างที่ครอบครัวได้ฝากเอาไว้ครับก็ฝากถึง เป็นแฟนทุกคนนะครับไม่ว่าเป็นแฟนโรลอาร์คิวอะไรครับฝากเชียร์ด้วยครับมาแข่งครั้งนี้มาในนามทีมชาติไทยด้วยส่วนหนึ่งก็อยากให้ฝากติดตามเชียร์ทีมชาติไทย3 ทีมด้วยครับจะเอาแชมป์โลกไปให้คนไทยทุกคนแน่นอนเป้าหมายของทีมผมก็คือเป็นแชมป์โลกครับ
Number one.
كونها بطولة عالمية ومستويات صعبة، احنا نطمح نكون من أول 3 كون نمثل السعودية ونتمنى أن نحصل أول 3 باللعبة نفسها.
مثل ما قلت في الأول حابين نضحي جميع المشاركين بالبطولة وإحنا شعب مضياف كل شيء، لكن بالبطولة ما راح نكون سهلين وراح نوريهم الوجه الثاني ونتمنى أننا نتفوق بالبطولة وإن شاء الله نجيب مركز طيب.
Always great to hear from some of our teams here for the World Championship and the Global Finals. And overall, let's talk about Erangel a bit more here going into this FPP mode. Because again, Erangel is the map and the mode and the battleground even, I should say, that everyone is most familiar with. It's the map that's been around for the longest. Everyone knows every nook, every crevice, every cranny. And when it comes to FPP, that's vital in terms of team management.
It really is. What we saw yesterday was a lot of teams start to gain comfort as the matches progressed on. We saw drop spots being targeted by certain teams. LH Doyu going to Novorodnoye every single game. You saw Erangel here on the screen. We got Battleground of AKM by AKM, which is double the size of Sanhok.
And there we actually get to see Waterfront. And actually, one of the things I want to go ahead and point out, as you mentioned, they do start getting a little bit more comfortable with the. They know everywhere to go, right? And we even saw some players just pretty much being a little bit munchkins, scrolling around under the bridge and just shooting people. So
that was from GT Doyu. I remember that. He was crashing under the bridge. Really impressive stuff here. Pachinki, though, one of the popular drop spots in the middle of the map, along with School. Both of these centrally located, and they're very easy to access here. School has Rosehook and apartments right next to them, so very easy to go loot up in these locations. And we saw Rosehook have a lot of drop spots.
Yeah, it's pretty much a valid hot drop, I would say, and another hot drop that if you can actually go ahead and control this area, military base, you are more than likely gonna go ahead and just come out with so much loot that you're not gonna have to worry throughout the game.
Military base, a very strong place to go, but at the same time, a lot of choke points there on the southern island. You got each bridge that could be a little bit dangerous trying to travel north to get into the safe zone.
All right, gentlemen. Well, it is time to get the tournament ready for day number 2. It's going to be game 5 here as all of these teams look to rack up points. We're going to Erangel. It's going to be first-person mode. PB7, take it away.
Excited to do so. This is going to be lit. That's what I'm talking about. We've got game 5 in store for you today. How's it going to be? Who's going to win? Who's going to place at the top of the ranks? That's all coming to you here shortly. But what I know is this is going to be in first-person perspective, which is an all-new look. And one of the things that we're going to be looking at right now is this plane flying into the arena, dropping us something special.
Yeah, it is going to go ahead and be dropping us a Samsung Galaxy Note 9. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I've been actually using it to take pictures with the audience. And the pictures are freaking solid, man. They are
fire. Fire.
Ooh, let's look at this plane path. Oh my goodness, PB, look at this plane path.
We talked a lot about
Could they
the
ask for
drop
anything better?
spots. We talked a lot about the drop spots, and it was, BRK yesterday all day long going to Watertown. We'll see if that continues here today. BRK really kind of an interesting drop strategy, having one guy go to the garage and try to prevent some cars. But look at the plane path going right through the middle of the base, over military base, right by Novorodnoye, and then over Pachinki directly. So we could see some hot drops here, and then also you're going to see Gangstars probably hold on to head to their favorite North Georgia pool spot.
And something that I'm looking for here is that more than likely Wildcard is going to try to go ahead and go like South George, which is something they're comfortable with. Are they going to be able to go ahead and bring that momentum from pretty much the exhibition match they wanted? Can they go ahead and just loot up as much as they can? And also, are they going to go ahead and try to go for those kills? Are they going to go for the placement? Or are they just going to say, you know what, let's go for both? And look at this, no surprise whatsoever. BRK landing in Venice, Watertown, or Atlantis, whatever you want to go ahead and call it. They make this their home. They are not going to go ahead and they just want to stay here.
It's flooded. If they just put a name on the map, we'd know what to call it. But we've got C9 here dropping out in the middle of nowhere, seemingly looking for vehicles here, or they're planning on looting up the shack for all of their wares. Carnage with the bunny suit here. Interesting choice. We got Illuminate running around in the desert as well. So here we go. We've got some fun stuff running around, and we're looking solid here for game number 1. Looks like Evos and Wildcard here doing their thing in the apartment compounds.
They are pretty much just trying to loot up as much as they can. As you see there, Seaguy just with one of those shotguns. You definitely don't want to go ahead and be close to that man, because if not, he is going to go ahead and be destroying a lot of stuff. And Evos, the only thing that he can find is a pistol for the moment. He does have to watch out because Wildcard is very close by. Wildcard with Evos. It's going to be an interesting fight here if they do decide to engage this early on.
Indeed, you notice Cloud9 varied up their Yasnaya drop from yesterday, but teams like LH2U, they did indeed go to the same spot they went all day long yesterday, and that was Nova Noye. And now we see Sam here in the buggy driving around trying to get that split drop going on. They're going to hit up the shelter, it looks like.
Yeah, something that more than likely you want to go ahead and watch out is encountering, I forgot which player it was, but the player that pretty much squad wiped out on that exhibition match. You just don't want to go ahead and be there. But interesting here by them as they decide to just go ahead and go underground and loot up. I actually haven't seen that one in a while.
That was Evo's Captain Ernie a little bit earlier doing some magical things on Sandhawk. He'll try to repeat that here today on Erangel. And Bull Shark, again, one of the standouts from Evo's. They're going to be in South George doing some serious looting right now.
There's the DP28, something we saw yesterday a lot, and also Seagut having that comfortable AKM. I seen some clips of him. He was able to, I believe he was able to destroy Athena, one of the players then from South Korea. Great player, but Seagut coming out on top there. And as we can see, great rotations here as pretty much they decide to go ahead and start moving away from Evos, and they don't want to engage that early.
Indeed, we got GT Doryu doing some looting themselves again in North Georgia Pole here. Interesting position. We don't see Gangstars on the map currently, so maybe they went somewhere else. Some teams trying to, drop some surprises and mix it up a little bit. Some of the common drop spots have been varied up a little bit, but we also have some teams dropping where they are comfortable.
Something I do want to go ahead and point out is that LH2U and CPT, LH2U pretty much is in Noble, and CPT is the military, and nobody is challenging them, meaning that more than likely, people are just going to go ahead and be able to loot up as long as they can, stay there as long as they want, and pretty much just wait for the right moment and then start pushing the action whenever they want.
That's right. We got total rank overall. RRQ Athena sitting in the top spot by 140 points right now. We got LH2U in second place on the back of 54 kills. Crazy performance from them so far. And CPT with their own bundle of kills sitting in third spot. And again, the Asian teams dominate the top 6, and then we start seeing some others trickle in down in the top 7 through 10.
Asian teams definitely showing them how it's done, and look at the Gangstars as we know them there. Pretty much, what gun is that? By the way, I love that backpack and I love that helmet. We've been seeing it a lot. I'm definitely, once I get back home, more than likely, I'm going to go ahead and get into PUBG Mobile and try to get me one of those. As we see KWCD here starting to get some shots on that team Wildcard, just saying, you know what, once again, too early to go ahead and engage. Let's just go ahead and move around. Let's go ahead and start rotating to the safe zone.
Well, Wildcard already knows where everybody is, and in their area, rather. They decide to rotate around, and they're going to pick up some buildings here in their rotation south.
The UMP. We actually saw some work there early from Sandhawk, and my goodness.
That thing was a laser beam from a long way away, but that's what you can expect from a submachine gun. Those guns are typically known for having very little recoil, but the disadvantage that you have with those guns is they're 9mm rounds, and they do far less damage over range, so he's got to land a lot more shots. Even though there's very little recoil, he'll land a lot more shots to get those knocks.
Yeah, but if you are able to go ahead and get somebody in a compound and they don't really have the equipment, you're going to be able to just go ahead and destroy them. Sometimes you might even be able to shoot people with the M4 up close and personal.
Check it out. CPT down on the bottom of the side of the map here. We've got one player already scouting the bridge, leaving his squad behind. Very, very smart there to make sure that the coast is clear for their eventual rotation. Good stuff from CPT down south as they clear out the military base of loot.
Yeah, that's something we have seen a lot there from the Asian teams. The knowledge and awareness that they have, they want to go ahead and make sure that they're one step ahead of everybody, right? They're always moving at least just one player forward, letting them know. Being a scout pretty much is what it is. One player just going up ahead by himself, figuring out, hey, where's all the teams at? Where are you getting shot from? We'll come back and back you up once they think you are alone.
Indeed. It's like they they seem to know to rotate early, to scout it out, to basically make sure the coast is clear so your team doesn't run into that eventual problem. We talked about the potential bridge camps here. You can see the crate coming down here for Team Terra, and it's going to have a sweet little AWM in it. So they're going to go up and grab that here at the South George crates, and we are looking strong right now for the Indian team.
That's definitely one of those. Oh, that's going to be interesting. He needs some help from his teammate. Bad luck there for the Indian team. Oh, baby.
You're going to need some grenades, boys. Let's go get some frags and try to throw it at that crate. Maybe we can knock it off the top there, but that's an unfortunate drop spot for that call-in.
That is a hell of a tease there by him saying, hey, you want this AWM? You can't get it yet. Go find a grenade and blow me out of this up.
Oh, that is unfortunate. So they're going to go hunt for some frags there because those are game-changing guns that are in that crate. That is good stuff here, but that's kind of how the tournament has gone for them thus far. Let's hope that they can get that loot. We will see. But again, the more time that they fiddle around trying to get into that crate, the more time it's going to cost them looting and in rotation. So this actually could be a huge detriment to the Indian squad, Team Terror.
Yeah, and it pretty much comes down to how bad do you really want to go ahead and get that crate, right? Is it worth the risk? Because the team is going to go ahead and start seeing that smoke north of George Bowl, and they might start going to rotating a little bit as we're saying that. Evos is now starting to get pushed there by, actually, the Team Terra is starting to get pushed there by Evo, so it might not have been so great to go ahead and try to get that, as it's now being pretty much a hit
Bull Shark with a DP from range, taking him down, and there it is, the mini firing in from Torpedo, holding down JZ inside of the warehouses there, but Evo's not shying away from the fight at all. They know people are here. They see that crate saying, hi, come loot me. And yeah, they're thinking that they might do just that. They are carrying a lot of frag grenades so far this tournament. Maybe they've got what it takes to get that thing off the top of that.
Pretty much saying, namaste and bye, because you're not going to be able to get
Look
it.
at the push here, though. They are not scared at all, dropping smokes to get out, and they are on the offensive. Here they come. And this is something that Team Terra has been used to so far this tournament, is being on the defensive. So,
and I actually want to go ahead and see how Team Terra handles this, because we saw them being super passive, and Evos, as we know them, they're very aggressive, and I mean super aggressive team. So I want to go ahead and see how they handle this. Evos just starting to throw from every single angle.
Great
Team
grenade.
Terra, Sakria there gets a little bit hit by that grenade. He's more than likely going to go ahead and try to heal up. He jumps out the map and being a little bit aggressive, but sadly for him, he didn't have enough health. He almost took out Evo's earning, and that's something I love to see there from the Team India.
That was a good attempt by him, but unfortunately he left the ground, was in midair, and you can't really fire accurately when in midair, so he was able to get knocked, and it looks like Amit is going to take off.
Look how this has played, PB. They actually pretty much switched spots. Team India, even though they lost some players, they are going to go ahead and steal the card that Evo's got there with. How have the tables turned, ladies and gentlemen?
He's got to stay alive, though. Amit does not want Terra to head out in last place for the game one here in FPP. We shift our attention to C9. We've got Rolex and Kodo driving around. These guys have been split dropping quite a bit, so that's been their strategy so far. Rather than take on the strong LHW team down in Nova, which is their popular drop spot, they are choosing to split drop and loot up 2v2. Yesterday, they were able to get a 2v4 squad wipe against Korea Winter Chicken Dinner, so
they
paid off for them.
They're wearing. It's something that I like seeing, even for players, no matter when it is, whether at the beginning of the day or at the end of the day, it's something that you want to go ahead and see, because they get momentum out of that. They want to go ahead and start pushing more action. It gives them a little bit more confidence.
One thing I'm seeing right now that's a little bit different on the map is Gangstar is rotating extremely early, going very, very central in the circle, and that is something that's different from yesterday. They edged in for the most part yesterday. It did not pay off for them, altering their strategy already early today, getting that position. We'll see how that works for them moving forward. Okay, taking our attention though to BRK now, looting up, and Fusey, this is the same compound they got caught at yesterday, by C9, and they were able to fight out of it pretty well.
It is, and the rotations are pretty much starting to be around the same right now. We got RRQ Carnage over here being smart. I see those tires get shot from that UAC, and now they're getting Carnage. He's pretty much gonna go ahead and back up, try to get a different angle. If not, watch his back, because it is only Carnage and Rolex here, as we do have Kodo there, and Sam starting to push up with them, and just give him a little bit of backup.
They have grouped up now. C9 is a full force going up against RRQ here. Interesting spot for a fight early in the Pachinki Hills south of the city, and they are content to lob shots at each other. I wonder if even if they get a knock here, will they be able to advance and to capitalize on it, or are they just going to weaken each other's armor?
And it seems like they're just intentionally. I think from these teams, especially from the North American teams, they might be a little bit scared there. They don't want to go ahead and get their party. And you do have to worry about that, right? Because we saw that happen a lot yesterday.
Are we seeing a 6 times AK spray from 200 meters? I think that's what we're seeing.
We are. Yeah, that's, I mean, it's not going to happen, but best of luck to you. I mean, if you can get somebody from here, I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to tell them, hey, don't come anywhere near us, okay? We are madmen. That could be what's going on there, by Carnage.
I mean, it's sending a message. It's putting out some pressure, and it looks like Isong here trying to save the Jeep a little bit. Carnage putting out pressure, some suppressing fire, but those shots ultimately not going to land. We've got a potential engagement here between Gaystars and GT Doyu. This is a really interesting position for both of them as well.
GT Doyu definitely coming a little bit there from the south on Gaystars. Gaystars more than likely hasn't even noticed them, and GT Doyu is trying to use that to their advantage. Gaystars definitely has to watch out. As you mentioned, they are starting to rotate a little bit early. Something you like seeing, but I want to go ahead and see if they continue to do that. But also, you got to be careful because you don't want to go ahead and get flanked as GT Doyu here might be doing.
Team Japan way up north still, and Zarky looting up right now out in the blue, and they're content to just try to outlast. A meet from Team Terror did make it out, so you can still see 20 teams on the board, even though 3 of their members have been killed off.
They're probably on that picnic area, just waiting patiently up in Zarky.
Listening to some music.
Something special there for PUBG Mobile. If you haven't downloaded, go ahead and do so. It is free. Go ahead and check it out. And GT actually says, you know what? I don't think we want to go ahead and push this yet. We're going to go ahead and wait a little bit. But this madman, GT Quixie, does have level 3 everything. Level 3 helmet, level 3 vest, and level 3 backpack. So one of those gunfights that you might want to go ahead and say, do I want to go ahead and lose that this early, or do I want to go ahead and save it to the end of the match?
That's right, GT Doyu content to rotate right now, try to grab some better position. They grab the hill, take the berm over here, and BRK well within range here. This is a bad spot for GT Doyu. Not a good spot to stop for them at all. They do some changing of cars, grab another one, and they're out. They really put themselves at risk there. If BRK would have been quicker to snap to them, that could have been a really problematic spot there for the team from China.
And something that I'm starting to see a lot of engagements here between cars, pretty much vehicles and players, is that players are now, instead of trying to get the people inside the car, they are going for the tires, which is actually very smart, right? You could always have maybe like one player shoot the tires and the other 3 shooting the people inside, or vice versa, because if you take out those tires, they're not going to be going anywhere. They're pretty much going to be sitting ducks in the middle of wherever they currently are.
Yeah, you can find them out in the middle of a field in a real bad spot. You can see GT Ed here trying to move his car around. They're going to be running into RRQ here shortly, it looks like. We've got an engagement. Look at this, open field, G9 approaching. Wow, he's going to right on top of him. There it is. Taking down the captain from...
Almost takes him out. Olivia was able to go ahead and lay down there. RRQ Senior gets taken out there by GT Akan. GT Akan now, RRQ starting to back up a little bit more, as they do have to worry. They do not want to go ahead and get their part here. The question is now GT Doyu going to go ahead and push, as now RRQ is going to also have to worry about Evos maybe coming up behind them.
That's right. Chiyoshi goes down for GT Doyu. We also have Senior down from RRQ. So trading knocks so far. Lobbing grenades back and forth. Smokes out to cover. Each team is going to try to patch themselves up and regroup here for another fight. We've also got squads all around. You've got BRK, you've got Evos. This is a really interesting position. We've also got Big Russian bot approaching here as well. So a lot of open field action right now. Not the greatest of positions, but these teams hoping to use the terrain. You can see that slight slope there in front of the RRQ squad that is protecting GT Doyu.
And that's one of those teams. Big Russian bot is one of those teams that I'm looking forward to today.
Look at
to
this
see what they're able to do. Ooh, all right. KWCD here trying to push the action. Oh my gosh. This is going to be just absolutely insane. KWCD being able to go ahead and get a kill there, the first kill of the game for them, but they have to watch out because one of their players is very low in health, and you do not want to lose any players at this stage of the game.
This is a lot of teams at this compound, at least 3 squads here, possibly a 4th, but I believe it was Ernie got knocked out and finished. No, Ernie's still alive on the top. It was JC that got knocked. But yeah, unfortunate for Evos, they do lose a member here. He is the second team to lose a member besides Team Terror from India.
An interesting place here by them, as Evo just says, you know what, and we're seeing this a lot now. Evo says, we're not going to go ahead and engage. We already lost 1 player. You know what, let's just back up a little bit more. Let's rethink this. Let's reposition, and then we'll go ahead and challenge you guys there towards the end of the game.
We're seeing a little bit of a difference in strategy from yesterday. As you guys noticed, the zone is kind of collapsing on these buildings right here, and this is a battle for position. That's why these teams are willing to duke it out, willing to take, the warehouse and the house there that are adjacent to each other, and just kind of content to hang out for a little bit, buy some time, see where the zone's going to go. If the zone goes elsewhere, they have an opportunity to disengage and retreat and actually go to zone to get in there. But this is kind of a challenge earlier situation where they're trying to get that dominant position earlier on like the Chinese teams did yesterday.
It is, and if you're in those warehouses, you kind of have to be careful, right? Because you only have 2 points of entry instead of the house. You can actually enter from maybe the windows or anything like that. So it can be easier to defend, but also if they start raining grenades like they are about to go ahead and start doing, you definitely have to be careful. You don't want to go ahead and get caught. They might go ahead and bounce one of those grenades from the door, and it might just get you unexpected.
Yeah, he connects. He drops June to half health there. June's going to patch himself up.
So one of the things we were mentioning there, GTW now starting to see those steady shots. Ladies and gentlemen, GTW telling them, hey, we see you. You might want to go ahead and stay there a little bit longer.
So Korean Winter Chicken Dinner knows that they had Evo's kind of lead, but they don't know how far they left. So they could have, people on all sides of them right now. They know GT looking at the doorway here. They have to stay hidden. Grenades pouring into this warehouse from the house right now. And C9, it looks like, is taking on Full Send, and they are squad wiping them currently. So 3 members, I believe, knocked from Full Send, and it's looking like they could be in some trouble over there.
Good stuff there by C9 as they were able to go ahead and clear them up. And look at this, GTW now starting to push up. Scott gets caught a little bit in the open. He decides to run away and get behind a tree. You don't want to die here. You don't want to get caught, especially in that area right there where he had no cover. More than likely, his teammates would have just smoked out that area if he went down. But KWCD being super comfortable here on this warehouse. That's something you don't usually see from different teams. And check out this new zone. Ooh, Pochinki, baby.
That's really going to favor C9. They're already in position right now, holding those hills very, very early on. They do want to try to finish off exclusive from Full Send before they go, but at the same time, in really solid position there for the NA squad.
And something that I actually noticed there was Wildcard was already in vehicles and started to rotate to pretty much the safe area. Early rotations that we're starting to see.
Yes. Right now, the city is open. Nobody in Pochinki. We've got C9 on the hills. This could be really, really interesting. Zuxi here from BTR looking at the warehouse. Korean Winter Chicken Dinner over there occupying it. This is tough.
BRK versus RRQ here. Somebody gets taken down there. Boozy from BRK and GameStars actually being able to go and explode from BRK and getting some kills for themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, BRK is eliminated from this.
Can we get some rips in the chat for BRK? Those crates in the field look awfully lonely out there. That's an unfortunate way to go out. BRK catching a lot of bullets, both from RRQ and GameStars, as RRQ was ultimately the ones that made it to safety. Or did they? Heading up the hill right now. Gang Angry pouring in the shots. They are landing.
Angry pretty much making sure they get that vehicle
so
down.
Close.
One more shot and one of those players would have gotten knocked down. Even that car smoking a little bit longer. And GameStars might have been able to get there that squad wipe from the explosion.
D2E and Isong both with very, very little HP. The car about to explode. These guys are going to stop just out of range and patch themselves up. Unbelievable stuff there from GameStars, both taking out BRK and then putting some serious pressure on our current leaders.
Yeah, and it looks like pretty much that RRQ is going to go ahead and start rotating a little bit towards the west there, towards that compound southwest of Pochinki. And look at this, LHW getting in and starting to go in, and actually they kill Ernie. Ernie is out of the game there for Evos, one of the great players that we saw yesterday, being able to go in and squad wipe people left and right by himself.
That was a little bit unfortunate, but LHW has rotated out of their drop spot of Dovo.
Now, if you're wondering what that scarecrow's there, it's because somebody earlier died right there, and more than likely died to an AKM.
That's Jay-Z's Scarecrow.
Oh my gosh. GTW just waiting patiently, actually getting somebody there from KWCD.
Oh, there they
have
go.
to watch out. They want to go ahead and maybe get away from that BTR, just saying, you know what, I think it's time. Let's just go ahead and get out of here. We don't really want to go ahead and do this yet.
This is an interesting spot to be. Leapers trying to get across the field, still have GTW up on the hill, raining shots down, and then BTR is contentious to get the heck out of there. We also have the CPT team that looted up the military base. They have entered the fray, firing some great shots there with the SKS at range, but unfortunately it doesn't pay off. Hero coming in, can't risk getting some great shots down and knocking the player from CPT.
Hero being able to actually finish that player from CPT, that is going to be huge as hen. He says, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and move out from that area. Maybe being on top of that hill is not best right now, especially because you can get third party from all over the place. And Big Russian Bot just waiting patiently here, raining shots on different players left and right.
Bigatron Fnatic going up the hill, gets knocked out of it. Very nice job by Appa here, taking him down. He's going to try to go for the finish. He is crawling away at the moment. Looks like he's a little bit out of sight, but no, he does see him. Look at those shots. Beautiful accuracy here.
Steady shots there
Appa
by
getting the
Torty.
finish. That was huge. Good range on that. It's a very nice kill.
You want to go in and see that, and we saw that a lot yesterday, PB. People finishing kills. They didn't even want to go ahead and bait their teammates out there, saying, you know what, if I get you knocked down, I am going to go ahead and try to finish you off as soon as I can, because we notice a lot of teams getting a lot of kills. And look at this right here. Full Send now being pretty much pushed by KWCD. Is Full Send going to be able to hold them back? There you go, ladies and gentlemen. KWCD taking out their Full Send. He's going to go ahead and try to push a little bit more. He finds somebody in the corner.
Ollie Pocket goes down. Wow. Nice work there from Korea winner Chicken Dinner. Exclusive did a great effort there, getting a couple of knocks, but unfortunately it was not enough. June sneaks in, finishes off Ollie Pocket to finish the squad there. Very nice job from them.
2 players left there from KWCD as we see the reaction there by Full Send. One of the favorite voted teams into the tournament, actually.
That's right.
But bad luck there by them. And I believe they were in 20th place. More than likely, we're going to go ahead and start seeing a lot more action there in the upcoming games from them. And GTW keeping their eyesight on CPT. Are they going to go ahead and take the shots? I think they're just going to go ahead and wait patiently there. As they turn around, they see Wildcard coming up behind them.
On the ropes,
Wildcard has to watch out.
Gets snuck up on Outsider, pushes him, knocks out Six God. Return fire, though, from Ed. Gets Lucifer. Akan takes out Outsider. And, oh my gosh, look at this third-party action. CPT 17 taking out one of the GTW guys. So GTW has a couple of players getting knocked from behind as well, helping out Wildcard here in this situation.
I believe they traded there. 2 players down from Wildcard, 2 players down from GTW. GTW has to worry about CPT as well.
Nice shot from Hot Jukes.
Hot Jukes being able to go ahead and finish some people off there. They also have to watch it because a lot of people were laying down. As we see Illuminate now starting to come up. This is going to be wild, ladies and gentlemen. Look at all this
they're in trouble.
There is just 1 player left. 1 car has already exploded. We see GTW
2 guys up.
just
2 guys up for
patiently.
GTW. We got one that just healed up. Looks like C9 and Hero going at it as well. Kinris, Hero. Oh my goodness, Carnage is down. 3 people down, all up to Rolex here. Can he deliver?
Rolex,
Hero behind the hill.
Hero pretty much playing the Hot Jukes there. He is able to go ahead and connect some shots with Rolex.
Rolex
backs
has nowhere
up.
to go.
Is he going to go ahead and try to pick up Carnage, or is he going to go ahead and get pushed by Hero? Rolex just waiting patiently.
He's got to reload there, get that M4 back in play.
Right there.
And look at this, LHW smells blood. They hear the shots incoming. We've got fire on the ground. Rolex so far untouched, but look at this, Hero getting third party here. LHW not in trouble. Oh no, this is chaos.
Chaos
LZD.
Indeed, and Rolex is pretty much playing it patiently here as he's throwing smokes. He doesn't want to get caught with this. Hero needs to watch out. They need to be careful because LHW is up on the hill. They realize that, and they're saying, you know what, we got plenty of kills right there. Let's go ahead and back up. Let's let LHW worry about C9 Rolex as he is the only one left for Cloud9.
I don't think they know he's there. Hero is going to take off, and LHW has their attention completely focused right now on Hero, driving away from the scene. Rolex has smoked himself out. We'll see if he's able to use that to his advantage, but LHW has come in and has said, this is our turf. You guys need to leave.
If Rolex was to push out there, he might have been able to get some kills as LHW is pretty much waiting patiently. We see Rolex just waiting inside the shack.
They do not have any idea.
He is surrounded by LHW players, but they have no clue that he's there. I wonder if he's going to try to go ahead and throw another smoke or
if
just
he throws
stay there.
another smoke, they'll know he's there because right now they have no clue. Oh. Look at this. They're all over, swarming the hill. But again, Rolex has not moved.
It could be super tricky. I think he might be trying to get full health there by our birthday boy, Rolex.
Hero was met with a nice, solid kid. They got knocked as soon as they moved there.
And I also saw their C-God go down as well. We got Crowley, Big Russian Bot going up against Wildcard. Wildcard gets taken out there by Big Russian Bot. Torty moving up. He almost is able to go and get somebody now. Look at this, Lucifer going back and forth. Lucifer pretty much just needs to turn around, get some shots in him, and he's going to go and try to finish that. He knocks
Look
him
at this,
down.
Lucifer coming into the clutch. 2 kills there from him.
Lucifer.
And he's chasing him down.
No!
Oh, Gangstars with the third party from the building next door. Huge from Lucifer, gets the squad wipe, and Gangstar says, yo, what's up? We're already here. This is our territory, and they knock out Wildcard.
Some North America pretty much stabbing there as they just came up and cleaned them up. But to their advantage, Wildcard was able to go ahead and finish up those kills. So that is huge for them, even though they do finish in 15th place.
That was clutch indeed. They were able to move up in rank, and every point's going to count right now. And they did rack up some kills. So that did help them out quite a bit. But Gangstar, their fellow North American team did them no favors. And we've got LHW Zen getting knocked here as well.
And LHW now going up against BTR. Is he going to go ahead and try to pick up his teammate, or is he just going to go ahead and wait patiently? LHW Ace trying to find an angle on this team, trying to figure out where everybody is coming from, as he doesn't know where they are. He might be able to see it if he goes a little bit over the edge and just sees that cloud of smoke, PB.
Wow, looking strong here position-wise from LHW, but we also have grenades. Look at that, they have landed. Kings goes down from Bigatron here. That's Indonesia's team, and more grenades being thrown in. That's one thing that is different by far from some of the other metas that we've seen, is how many frag grenades these teams have.
Indeed, as we see more players there from LHW going down, and LHW says, you know what, stop killing my teammates, let me go ahead and get you instead. And now they're just trying to pretty much backtrack towards the safe zone. And something I want to go ahead and point out, did Rolex get taken out, or was he able to escape?
I do not know. It looks like he may have gone down here. LHW still on the hillside and trying to get to the zone. Unfortunately, they're going to have to leave behind some players. Zone giving them some serious problems at this point.
As we see Illuminate getting some kills there on the Japanese team. GT getting Galaxy as well. People dying to the place on left and right, ladies and gentlemen. Keep in mind there is 11 teams left. RRQ getting some shots here on Illuminate. Two strong teams that we saw yesterday. And Evo's here pretty much using that smoke to their advantage, trying to get as low as possible as a Munchkin, not getting shot. Pretty much those bullets were passing right by their head.
That was really, really good accuracy there from G9. He was right on target with most of those, tracking those individuals in the smoke. Unfortunately, couldn't land enough to get the finish there, but Charisma now going down. G Salad going down. This is trouble.
This is RRQ against CPT. CPT Hand says, you know what, let me go ahead and hop out of the car and look at those shots right there.
That.
Right through that tiny window. RRQ G9 just saying, no, don't peek. Don't even give me a chance to shoot you, because I will. And you know what? If there's a team behind me, I'm going to go ahead and turn around and start shooting you at you as well.
I love how he spreads those bullets around. He keeps multiple people pinned, hitting. Oh, look at that. In the window, Zen gets popped there. He's able to kneel and heal, get that first aid off.
Against KWC, trying to figure out where that team is at. Can he go ahead and push through the window? He's going to go ahead and do just that. He finishes one off, and that is going to be it. Except June is just waiting outside by the car. He doesn't realize that they're already inside the house, and they're going to go ahead and come out from the left-hand side. He has to be careful there. He does throw that smoke, and he starts, you know what, start backing up a little bit so he can maybe find an escape route.
He's in a good position to catch somebody off guard, but only one person. As soon as he fires, they'll know he's there, and he's trying to make his way out of there, trying to preserve that 8th or better rank. It looks like he's trying to keep himself alive. It looks like Gangstar is now moving out of their compound, getting ready to face Evos here.
And Evos has to watch out because Gangstar is coming in hot. They had some great last 2 games yesterday, and I'm loving this by them. They're starting to get into the cars. They take out GT Don't You. Great plays there, Pyra.
UMP. Holy cow, he's been rocking that thing all day long, and it's been absolutely lethal for him. Pod goes down to the grenade from GT Do You. Akon, really nice grenades from him all day long.
Gangstar's waiting patiently, and he's paying off as we see somebody there behind the LHW. Illuminate. They have to be careful.
Illuminate's gone.
Illuminate is gone, and RRQ might have the same fate as LHW is just waiting patiently. CPT is back down the middle of that fight as well, and look at this. LHW is using those cars to their advantage. We have seen them do a lot of this. They always have a car with them. They don't mind getting it blown up as long as they can use that as cover.
Gangstar's in trouble here. We got a knock on Everfury by G9 from RRQ. And again, the same familiar faces here in the final circle. All 3 Chinese teams, CPT, GT Do You, LH Do You, all still in it. Ace goes down here for LH Do You, being knocked by RRQ. Athena, who is your current tournament leader, and they are vying for another chicken dinner here. This would be, I believe, their 3rd of the tournament.
Back to back to back. They want to go ahead and pull a Drake. Jeez, okay. CPT starting to push a little bit more, though, as we see Game Angry starting to throw more smokes. He knew those were going to go ahead and fade, but he has to be careful as he does have RRQ very close to him. And look at this. They're just surrounded here. Gang Angry making sure he's able to go ahead and pick up his teammates. Sute and Everfury are down. Great players. If they're going to be able to pick him up, that is huge there for Gangstars.
Pyra getting knocked there by Isong. Good shots there from the M4. Gangstars in trouble. Zute also getting killed. Gangstars looks like they are going to be going out now. Everfury, Pyra all out at this point. Isong getting the finish. We are down to 5.
We are down to 5. RRQ waiting patiently. They know they have LHW on their eyesight. And look at this. Now RRQ starts pushing. Angry, go ahead and hold them back. Angry with the Angry M, spraying and praying. Luckily for RRQ, G9, he is laying down. He wasn't able to get spotted there, but Angry gets caught as he decides to go ahead and push. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen.
Down to 4.
Gangstar is out.
Here we go, RRQ, and then I believe the 3 Chinese teams still left in it. CPT, LHW, RRQ now getting some knocks there on LHW. They do have the numbers. LHW only has 1 player left, and CPT only has, I believe, might be 2 players or 1 player as well. Which one is the other team still alive? GT. There it is. LHW getting shot there, and I believe they are out as well. GT Doyu still in. CPT in. The Chinese teams again dominant the top 3 of 4 spots, and RRQ Athena. The standings aren't changing after this game much, ladies and gentlemen. We are seeing more of the same here in game number 1 of FPP.
Very strong here showing by RRQ as they currently have 16 kills. If they can go ahead and get this other 2, it is going to go ahead and be 18 kills on the first game of day number 2. And look at this. They're winning patiently. They're going to go ahead and just lay down on that little grass and just say, you know what, you make a move first, or let's just go ahead and wait until the circle makes this move.
Trying to jockey for position here. It's a battle between CPT and GT Akon, trying to figure out who can live longer, who was going to be seen first. RRQ can definitely be a little bit more offensive here.
RRQ spots CPT.
Nice
now
shots.
It's all up to GT Akon. Can GT Akon able to clutch this as he is going up against 3 players from RRQ? And here comes the shots. GT Akon shooting. He does get spotted,
He's
but
spotted
RRQ too strong, ladies and gentlemen. They get back-to-back wins as they are more than likely going to go ahead and still be at the top of the leaderboard. Huge game there by them.
Not only are they going to stay on top of the leaderboard, they won that game, getting their 3rd chicken dinner in a row. But check this out. They dropped a ton of kills in that game. We are talking massive points here for RRQ Athena. GT Doyu finishing in 2nd place, and the comfortable Penguin team, again, a familiar 3rd place as they are 3rd place overall in the tournament. Look to see them continue a strong top 3 team. Man, more of the same, although we did see better performances from the other regions in this game.
Big statement coming out from our Eastern teams indeed. RRQ, as you say, now 3-time chicken dinner winners across day number 1 and day number 2. And also, when you look at that, the transition from TPP to FPP is almost non-existent. They just breeze through it.
They really do. They came out and they focused on getting the job done, and they did just that. The region looked really good.
That is very interesting there. I did see a W team just waiting patiently and just looking at CPT and saying, do I want to go ahead and shoot? I saw one of them get knocked down. I don't think I want to go ahead and shoot them because I do have Wildcard behind me as well. So interesting plays there by him. And something I want to go ahead and point out by RRQ Athena is that every single game they have won, they have gotten more than 14 kills.
Yep.
If they get anything below 14 kills, they have not won. So it looks like aggressiveness is paying off for them.
Yeah, 16 kills, 14 kills, and almost 20 kills here in this final game at the moment. And as you guys mentioned, with those standings, I'm sure not much is gonna change up. Gangstars getting themselves 5th behind GT, behind CPT, behind LH, but overall, powerful stuff coming out from the Eastern teams. What did you make of our Western team's approach when it came to this game overall?
I like the adjustment in strategy. I felt like a couple of them came up against hard breaks this time. Wildcard getting a really clutch finish there, finishing off one of the squads in the house, and then immediately getting 3rd party there by Gangstars, their North American counterpart, not doing them any favors. Gangstars again cruising to the 5th place finish. We got some highlights here from day number 2, round 5.
That's right. One of the highlights is pretty much Team Terry just trying to get that airdrop, but they weren't able to, and they took so long that Evos just came around and finished them off. Evos taking full advantage of that, and KWC here being able to go ahead and take down some people from Evos as well.
Evo's had a solid game once again, but unfortunately they did lose somebody early over at the compound just north of the bridge. Looks like Appa here with great long-range shots. The Buggy exclusive getting a couple knocks here, but June able to finish him off and get the wipe. And Wildcard there, you see Pyra with that deadly QMP doing work.
And that's what we're talking about as Lucifer. Look at him, just the Scar L going in and out of places, getting those shots. But sadly, he got knocked down by Gangstars there. Good to see them getting kills, though. I really, really like that as we see that a second time in RRQ, just with the steady shots there through that tiny little window, blowing up cars left and right, and just pushing the action at all times. They weren't afraid. Yeah,
that's right. I was thinking the same thing when I shot that shot there from G9. One of the smoothest little 1, 2, 3 through the window, getting that headshot. The Gangstars getting popped from across the field here from RRQ. And again, RRQ not letting up, taking out a comfortable Penguin team, and then again pushing the aggression here against the final showdown at GT Doyu in the final circle.
Look at my boy there from India. Namaste, my man. Thank you for coming to the show in Dubai. Wow. What a game one.
It's one of the toughest finishes as well, right? In those kind of field moments that you actually see. We did have a field moment yesterday northwest of Gatka, but this is a field with no hay bales. Nothing like that. It's all prone, all lying down in those wheat fields just a little bit and having a hard time.
That's right, as opposed to yesterday where you saw the hay bales and the straw that's out in the field. There were people actually crashing those with cars as if they were a big building or something. It's just a hay bale. But today, no such luck. It was out in the open. Yep. You saw CPT at the end trying to hide, eventually being discovered. And the same thing from GT Doyu Zakan. He, couldn't. You can't hide out there in that little straw.
You can, but I did notice that RRQ was able to take a little bit of advantage there of that, just pretty much waiting prone. Once Gangstars decided to go ahead and push, then they started shooting, got up, and just pretty much wiped them out. And then they pretty much were able to use that momentum that pushed them towards the win.
It's really good awareness too to know where those players were not, because they had just gotten done wiping out Gangstars that was on the one part of the circle, and then they knew that these guys had to be on the other side. So they found them, they killed them.
Absolutely. We can take a look at some of the standings as well here. Not only our kills, but also standings as we continue things on here for the PUBG Mobile Star Challenge. And LH Doyu, with the ranking in terms of kills, is able to take that top spot so far. But RRQ Athena overall has just absolutely racked them up over the last 3 games. In the first 2 games, it was only 2 kills and 1 kill, but then the last 3, they've absolutely turned it on.
And absolutely. You can see the Chinese teams, the Thai teams really doing strong work. I got a big shout out for Big Russian Bot getting 24 kills, and then also you see creeping into the top 10 now, all 3 North American teams, Gangstars, Cloud9, and Wildcard in double digits now in kills. Nowhere near the Asian teams, but that's promising for their progress moving into day 2.
Definitely starting to go ahead and use that first-person advantage to their advantage, and as we still see LHW just getting a bunch of kills. And something I want to go ahead and point out is that LHW is getting a bunch of kills, but they are not getting the wins.
Sure, yeah.
And that's something that we even saw yesterday. They were able to actually go ahead and get 2nd place. They got, I believe it was 8th place as well, getting a lot of kills, but not wins. Are they going to go ahead and start mixing it up? Do they not want to go for that many kills and just wait towards the end?
I feel for them a little bit. I feel like they have the gun skills. They've outshot pretty much everybody, but they have not been blessed with those final zones, always finding themselves on the move. You see G9 here and 17, one from RRQ, one from CPT, both of them a pretty stark contrast there in squad kills, 18-3 in favor of RRQ Athena, and that's going to snag them that first place chicken dinner every day of the week.
RRQ G9 definitely ready right there with his fist up saying, come at me. We can definitely back it up.
One thing's for sure, though, at the moment, these 4 teams that are standing at the top are running away with it completely. And now, I've got to ask you guys, do all these other teams have to be extremely concerned as we now take a look at the standings from this game, of course. 770 points from RRQ coming in at the top there. And that means now that they're going to be propelling themselves so far into the lead.
They already had a pretty sizable advantage. And again, 330 points on just the 2nd place team here. GT Doyu, LH Doyu, again, 2nd and 3rd, and then CPT, the other team from China, in 4th place there. So they are extending their lead, making it more difficult to be caught. But again, you see Gangstars making an appearance on the top 5 there. Solid performance from them, and Wildcard hitting number 10.
Yeah, I want to go ahead and see if maybe Cloud9 starts waking up a little bit there. We saw them kind of going off there early, being on the pretty much not being so aggressive. When they were aggressive, it didn't work out for them. So I want to go ahead and see how they readjust here for the upcoming 3 games.
Again, if we look at the points overall, though, which we'll get to look at in a moment, these 4 teams at the very top, even coming into today, were 300 points ahead of 5th place, which is pretty crazy difference to say the least. So if they continue doing this today, they are a class of their own.
They really are. And big shout out here to GG Gamers again with another top 10 finish. We've got ourselves the total score. And RRQ Athena has shot up. They are now a chicken dinner ahead of everybody. Almost 500 points ahead of 2nd place, which is LHW. And this is really, really, really something.
Again, that big divide between 4 and 5th right now. These 4 teams, just amazing.
Yeah, and it comes down to our team's going to go ahead and start challenging them. They pretty much know LHW is always going to go noble. They don't go ahead and challenge them. CPT is pretty much always going to go ahead and go military, at least from what we've seen, right? Are we going to go ahead and start seeing teams like Big Russian Bot, Old Gainstars, or Bigatron going to go ahead and start pushing the action super early and trying to knock them out early? That way they don't get the points, that way they don't get the kills, nor the points in placement.
We saw LHW get pressured earlier on Sandhawk early on in a game, and the results were not in their favor. So we'll see if maybe teams switch things up. They know where they drop. Bigatron here making an appearance in the top 10 overall. They're sitting at number 9 overall, so big props to them as well. GG Gamers is a team that I'm looking at to do well. They had a couple of inconsistencies on day 1, finishing very low in the rankings, but other than that, they've had pretty solid top 10 placements overall.
Aside from 117th place from EVOS and Illuminate, those 2 teams as well have been extremely consistent, right? They have constantly been sat in that top 10, in that top 5, fighting it out to gain themselves that kind of 5th, 6th spot that I think they're going to hold for a while.
EVO's Burnout's been a really, really solid team, and they're one of the most feared teams in Asia. If you ask any other Asian team who is the team that you most don't want to fight, it's EVO's. And EVO's, again, coming in today, a really solid performance. Yesterday, we just had that one outlier where they got knocked out early. A little bit of, unfortunate things happen in PUBG, and that's why we play 12 games in order to find our winner, because you just never know what is going to happen in this game. Overall, a really great tournament from them.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, it is an outlier because they did win the first game yesterday, and that was a huge thing. So I want to go ahead and see how they come out on game number 2 of day number 2. Can they go ahead and get that another win? Maybe bring up the momentum. That's something I mentioned a lot. Teams will pretty much feed off that momentum. It's something they want to go ahead and just get that little edge, give them more confidence, and just start pushing the action a lot more, getting those skills, getting the placement. They need to go ahead and start doing that if they want to go ahead and challenge RRQ.
One thing I want to point out as well, we've had a lot of focus on the Chinese teams here. They've done extremely well.
For good reason.
For good reason. But check this out. 4 of the 5 chicken dinners so far going to Thailand.
Yeah, indeed. All right. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's head down to the stage as our interview is ready as RRQ continues to dominate.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you, Calaris, for sending it on over. We are here with RRQ's G9. He might look pretty familiar. He's actually the twin of the captain, D2E, so fun to have him up on stage. We're going to be asking him a couple of questions here. First question being, so we had TPP on the first day. We're back here on day 2 for FPP. Which one do you prefer? And, do you feel comfortable in one or the other?
ชอบเล่นแบบ FPP มากกว่าครับเพราะว่าสามารถเข้าไปยิงหลังคนอื่นได้ง่ายกว่าครับ
I like FPP more because I can shoot more people from the back.
Okay, it's good to be sneaky. I like that strategy. So, second question being, you guys are now almost a full chicken dinner ahead of every other team. You're very far ahead right now, halfway through the second day. Do you guys have confidence that you can win the entire global finals?
Yes, I have confidence.
Okay, well, there you go. That's nice to hear. Good that you do have confidence. Give it up for G9 and the rest of RRQ. So, guys, we are going to go to a quick commercial break, so I'll be right back in just a moment. Stay tuned.
brothers here.
Here we go. Where are my other people at?
Well, I mean, it's so crazy because we all live in different parts of the world. So this is like the second opportunity, other than the North American Challenge, to actually be together in person. You know, we spend so many hours in game together. So being able to hang out together is just, oh, it's awesome.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
有这几天我们都是晚上一起研究那个新手机，还有战术，还有研究了其他战队的那些比赛视频。
يلا يلا كل واحد مكانه.
And thankfully to PUBG Mobile, the Campus Championship that was held in India gave us the opportunity to come here, and we are really excited for the PMSC Global Finals, and we really hope we can win it.
이게 1회로 끝나는 게 아니라 2회, 3회 계속 이어질 수도 있으면 좋겠고, 저희뿐만 아니라 많은 전 세계의 사람들이 이런 기회를 얻어서 좋은 경험을 해봤으면 좋겠습니다.
Saya suka PUBG Mobile.
Actually, we'll practice more and more because we know that we are competing with most competitive teams. So we'll practice, we'll improve our skills more, and let's see.
Merak ediyorum özellikle yemeklerini. Hayatımda hiç deve eti yemedim, deve eti yemek istiyorum.
The terrifying nightmares. Team Hyro. Fighting.
The new Galaxy Note 9 has more power than you need. Like a remote control for a phone. Why would you... Oh, that's why. The new Galaxy Note 9. It's got more power than you need until you need it.
After re-listening to our player community, Lightspeed Studios took some time and effort to make things as flawless as possible. How do you transfer the map from PC to mobile? That's easy. We simply copied and pasted. No, just kidding. Yeah, whenever we have a bigger city area, there's a greater pressure on performance, especially on mobile devices. Therefore, parameters, specifications for terrains, buildings, vegetations, and more have to be precise in order to run the game smoothly. We also simplified complicated building structures and city items to make it easier for players to loot. The brand new Dusk mode provides vastly different visual experience. We got 3 new weapons, each with its unique characteristics. Even some of our vehicles got a fresh new paint job. The desert map is 50% larger than the island map, so there is way more content. The area outside the city is a wide open mountainous region which lacks shelters such as trees or grass. There's way more middle and long distance combat which requires greater precision when shooting. So players better get to be good at estimating their relative positions from enemies to find the best hiding spot on the back of a slope. Actually, some of our less popular places, such as island, mine caves, ruins, have good loot. Trust me. This new map is awesome. So we're constantly working on stuff during the daytime, and then we stay up all night playing. Who needs sleep? Oh,
play PUBG Mobile.
but they weren't able to, and it took so long that Evos just came around and finished them off. Evos taking full advantage of that, and KWC here being able to go ahead and take down some people from Evos as well.
Evos had a solid game once again, but unfortunately they did lose somebody early over at the compound just north of the bridge. Looks like Appa here with great long-range shots. The Buggy exclusive getting a couple knocks here, but June able to finish him off and get the wipe. And Wildcard there, you see Pyra with that deadly UMP doing work.
And that's what we're talking about as Lucifer. Look at him, just the Scar L going in and out of places, getting those shots. But sadly, he got knocked down by Gangstars there. Good to see them getting kills, though. I really, really like that as we see that a second time in RRQ, just with the steady shots there through that tiny little window, blowing up cars left and right, and just pushing the action at all times. They weren't afraid. Yeah,
that's right. I was thinking the same thing when I shot that shot there from G9. One of the smoothest little 1, 2, 3 through the window, getting that headshot. Gangstars getting popped from across the field here from RRQ. And again, RRQ not letting up, taking out a comfortable Penguin team, and then again pushing the aggression here against the final showdown at GT Noyu in the final circle.
Look at my boy there from India. Namaste, my man. Thank you for coming to this show in Dubai. Wow, what a game one.
It's one of the toughest finishes as well, right? In those kind of field moments. Something that to highlight here is the fact that our initial playing path and every option available to teams was very, very open.
Yeah, let me go ahead and just use my Samsung Galaxy Tab S4. As you can see right here, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. This playing path, we have seen LHW just pretty much landing in Novo every single time. And we also saw the team from India pretty much taking way, and I mean way too long right there. And you just can't do that, as we saw Evil's just starting to push back and forth. So you're going to have to get out of there.
We knew that Craig was going to pose some problems, and that Craig did pose some problems. The AWM, they're acting as a little bit of clickbait, if you will, and Evo's coming in.
We don't know nothing about that.
No, you know nothing about that one, that's for sure. Anyway, regardless of that, I'm moving them on as fast as possible. Talking about game number 2 here onto Erangel, are there any changes that you want to see from some of these teams coming in? I will get your thoughts on that in just a few moments, though.
Sounds really good.
We're going to introduce some of our other teams that you may not have seen yesterday, but we want to hear a little bit more from them.
คิดว่าในระดับโลกก็คงไม่ได้ยากเกินไปที่เราจะคว้าแชมป์มาให้ได้ครับตอนนี้ยังไม่ได้คิดเรื่องเงินครับตอนนี้คิดแค่ว่าจะเอาที่1อย่างเดียวชิคเก้นดิเดอร์ที่1ก็เราอยากฝากให้ทุกทีมนะครับคือระวังหลังพวกคุณให้ดีครับแน่ๆเราจะไปยิงหลังพวกคุณเองครับดิเดอร์ชิคเก้นดิเดอร์อาร์คิวไฟติ้ง
My parents was very glad and just can't say anything. They're just happy with both of us. Don't meet us in early. If you meet us in early, I will kill you all.
It gives me goosebumps to be in an international tournament with him, and it's really exciting for both of us to be in the PMSC Global Finals, and a really proud moment for both of us brothers to be here representing India.
I want to thank PUBG Mobile for hosting such a big event at such a large scale. Me and my brother are very excited to face the other competitive team.
So we won it in India, and we hope we won it here. So let's go, brother. Let's win this.
Everything 統括して1位になりたいと思います。タイのアジアファイナルで
実際に戦った RRQ だと思います。
最多キルになれるよう頑張っていきます。優勝できたら本当に嬉しいと思っています。
一日一ドンカツどうぞ。
Once again, always great to hear from them, and we're about to get into game number 2 of the day here on Erangel for the main tournament itself. And we're going to see if our Western teams can go up against what the East is bringing. It is difficult. There is a big divide there right now, and a team like Cloud9 going to have to step it up to try and bring it.
They really are. They're bringing that hot oil from the East, frying up that chicken left and right. Looks like RRQ Athena. Somebody's got to stop them, man. 3 chicken dinners in a row. And then we've also got GT Doyu, CPT, LH Doyu also rapid at the door. Each and every game, those 4 teams rounding out your top 4. And I'm really hoping that we see some shuffling maybe here moving forward. Maybe GG, Arab Madness, maybe they got something to say for the hometown.
Also, the big Russian bot. We saw them being very consistent there on day 1. I want to go ahead and see what they do here on day number 2. Are they going to go ahead and continue that consistency and try to push a little bit more for the top 3 spots? And just who's going to go ahead and challenge? Like, who's going to go ahead and challenge CPT on military? Who's going to go ahead and challenge LH Doyu in Noble? Are any teams going to go ahead and try to take that risk? Or are they just going to pretty much let him go with it? Are they just going to give him as much time as they want to loot up and then just wait until the end?
You think overall here with you brought a big Russian bot, and I want to continue on that train of thought for a moment here. They've been one of those kind of middle of the pack teams that has got themselves a few kills to their name. It's difficult for some of these middle of the pack teams to get a ton of kills because it's being soaked up completely by that top 4. So if Big Russian Bot has the opportunity to do so, I definitely think they're capable to get big numbers there.
I think everybody has to start pushing. You know, you're seeing huge kill gaps right now between the top 4 teams and everyone else. I mean, we're seeing, you know, 8th through 10th place now in the kill feed is the North American teams, but again, they're 40 kills behind some of what the Asian teams are doing. Do the math on that. That's basically a full game of behind if you look at like a chicken dinner in points.
Definitely, and also something to go ahead and point out, right? After this game, we are going to be halfway through the tournament.
Yeah.
It's not day 1, baby.
This is a milestone
You're going to
game.
have to push the action. If you don't do so, you're going to be so behind in points that it's going to... You're not going to be able to do anything.
Exactly. You almost need to, I guess, make a Hail Mary from this point on if you're kind of middle of the pack, because some of those middle of the pack teams are almost 1,000 points, 1,500 points behind some of those front runners.
Yeah, they really, I don't think the play styles have been, it's been an interesting thing. The aggression of the Asian teams, it's just really set them apart. So we'll have to see how it goes. I'm sure we're going to have some stuff to see here shortly.
That's right. Well, let's get into it then. As you mentioned, it's going to be a milestone here going into this next game, as we will be at that 50% mark. And overall, I want to see a crazy play. I want to see a plane not going through the middle of the map.
Right.
Because actually,
all the way over the southern island, not touching anything.
The players have been really generous, Seven, so far, I think, for the teams.
They have, especially the last one, as we were able to see it there on the Samsung Galaxy tab. If you see those, they're gonna pretty much just go to, if it goes straight down the middle, they're just gonna go to wherever they want. Now, if they go up north, where some teams, as we see, LHW are used to go in Novo, and those teams that like to go south, what are they gonna go ahead and do? How are they gonna go ahead and react? Are they just gonna go ahead and jump into a car and go that way, or are they gonna go ahead and change their playing style? Because GameStars yesterday actually decided not to go George Ball.
Cars are always a possibility with the plane pass. You can drive to where you want to go, but something that you got to keep in mind when you have those offset plane pass is if it's a northern plane path and you grab a car, it's going to take time, minutes even, to get all the way south, and then minutes even to get back if they have a northern zone. So it could be costly, and that's a game-changing decision potentially if you want to go and charge into the zone like that.
Definitely is. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. It is time to get game number 2 here on Erangel for day 2 going as we get things started. Brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Let's see who's going to rack up more points.
Who is going to go ahead and be the winner of game number 2? And I want to go ahead and see RRQ Athena. Are they going to go ahead and come out hot again? Are they going to go ahead and follow that momentum? We saw them get 18 kills, ladies and gentlemen, in the last match. And before that, on day 1, on the game 3 and 4, they got 16 kills and 14 kills. That is just, period. That is so many kills as we see the Samsung Galaxy Note 9 coming down from the airplane. And here we go. Game number 2 of day 2.
Following on LH Doyu, and again, a very friendly plane path right through the middle of the map, and it's going to end on Novoronoye. So LH2U, assuming they're going to go there once again, will have the least amount of time to lead up before they got to move to the zone. We've got the Galaxy folks going up to Stalber, it looks like. Interesting drop spot. Evo's going to their typical Yasnaya Pollyanna. We've also got Terror, again, making a play for Watertown, it looks like. And again, we've got Baraka and his crew, BRK, heading for Watertown as well. So very interesting stuff developing right now. More of the same. We seem to have found a level of comfort, and it's going to come down to the first rotations to see what people do.
But check this out. Arab Madness is going to go ahead and try to challenge their BRK on Venice.
They're peeling off. Did you see that? Arab Madness saw BRK landing there as if it were some sort of surprise at this point, and they peeled off, and they're going to go elsewhere, it looks like.
I'm starting to see a lot of teams being more aggressive here. As we saw some teams not even having a vehicle and just running around, as Fyra is trying to pick up Ever Fury, and they got to watch out because they got Hot Jukes in the wildcard team coming very close by. They pretty much like going to where Hospital
look at this
is.
developing. We got Terror coming in right behind right now. I don't know how this is going to work out for them. They're slow to rotate. They've got 2 squads ahead of them already doing their thing.
This is definitely going to be interesting here by Terror. Something that we pointed out yesterday is that they don't like being so aggressive. Even though when they are aggressive, it works out for them. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and change that a little bit. Just in the previous match, as we were mentioning, they got just caught by looking at an airdrop for a little bit too long. Something that I know everybody at home watching this, you probably experienced that, PV, where you see that airdrop, you're like, oh yes, I'm going to go ahead and get it, and then it ends up on top of the building.
It's one thing in a public match to look at it for that long. It's another thing in competitive tournament play. Looks like Terry is going to go to the west side of Northern Georgia Pole, and they're going to split through a squad that is already looting up and crash their car.
Terry being aggressive. Being aggressive, trying to challenge GTW. Interesting place here by him. I'm actually very interested to see how this plans out. This is something I wanted to see out of this.
Look at the map, and you can see there from the overview, you've got GTW, 4 players. Split all over Northern Georgia right now. So you've got Gangstars looting up the east of Northern Georgia. You've got GTW all over the place in Northern Georgia. You've got Terror Squad right in the middle of them. Terror Squad has an opportunity right now to really start picking apart GTW one at a time. However, GT appears to know that they are there, and they are starting to kind of shade towards one side to potentially squad up for a fight.
And the interesting thing here about GTW is they have a lot of angles. They pretty much have them surrounded, and Terror Squad from India are just going to be in the middle. How are they going to get out of this? Are they going to go ahead and try to engage or loot up and get out because they are 1,800 meters away from the zone? The zone is very east right now, so something to go ahead and keep an eye on. At least Terror is able to go ahead and pick up some guns and is going to be able to defend themselves if they do engage with GTW.
It's going to come down to shots over there. We've got over here, it looks like, what is this, Melta Power. KWCD looting up. They're being cautious. They seem to be aware of someone's presence inside the compound. Waiting to see who that is. It looks like Illuminate looting up the main power building, control room, and
trying to be a little bit more cautious here. Not
JCC is in a bit of a predicament right now.
He
doesn't even know it.
He's got to watch out because, well, at least he does have a DP28. So if he needs extra ammo, he definitely has that to his advantage. And look at this, KWCD. They're working together. If they wanted to, they could take out this player. And keep in mind, it is going to go ahead and be FPP here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, look at this, the AKM. The AKM is a powerful gun up close and personal. So it could be to his advantage there, PB.
It's looking interesting right now for JCZ. He has called out that there are people there. He's heard the footsteps, backed off a little bit, and it looks like just now they're going to announce their presence just as lobbing grenades into the warehouse, and Illuminate right now caught with 1 player out. But he has grabbed a Jeep, and he has headed off back to safety of his squad, who's got a smoke waiting for him.
He grabbed that UAC and got out of there as soon as possible. My goodness, that was actually super smart plays there by Illuminate's player. And look at this, they are on top of this building. If anything, they do have the height advantage, and they're also still looting up that Mini 14. As we've seen it, a great gun. We saw a lot of it actually on the NA finals by Beowulf currently not being here, but other players as well, like Hot Jukes and Sam from Cloud9.
You can see the GT squad here again grouping up. They've got 3 split one way, 1 the other, and this is pretty typical of what we've seen from the Asian squad so far. 6 God has been spotted.
go. The Terror
And he
Squad
gets
takes
knocked.
one
That's a
down.
huge kill from Anand right there. Can he take advantage? That guy is separated from his squad, so there is an opportunity here for them to go get an early finish on one of the GT Doyu
If he
squads.
decides to, this is what we're talking about. They're being too timid at this point. He is by himself. He needs to go ahead and try to push the action. This is huge for them. I want to go ahead and see if he's able to, but look at this. They give him enough time, and now GT Doyu is starting to flank around. It looks like the Terror Squad, they're being a little bit too timid still. I wonder if he's going to be able to notice here this player passing by.
Man, a little bit of an unfortunate
Barely
break.
sees him by.
Anand getting the
There
great
you
kill,
go.
and it's at this point, we've had quite a delay. They've rotated all the way from the other side of the city. And, well, we'll have to wait and see what's going on. He's looking both ways before he crosses the street. It appears to be clear, heading across now at this point. Akon and Ed from the side just runs right through him. So, again, just being outclassed right now by the Chinese squad. GT Doyu just showing their superiority here.
And definitely outclassed, right? You want to be aggressive, but you also don't want to run out in the open like that. If you can, maybe throw a smoke or try to find a different angle or try to find some cover. I see if you would have maybe rushed a little bit sooner, he might have been able to go ahead and get that finish because GT Ed was not ready for that.
Those players were
least
not there.
He wasn't on top of that building. He wasn't going to get a shot
by the car, and the car went over with one player, Shushi, and picked him up. I mean, really solid tactical play from GT Doyu and another missed opportunity for the Terror Squad.
Just very, very timid there from the Terror Squad, not living up to their name indeed. And look at this circle right here, ladies and gentlemen. Now, something to point out is that GT Doyu is going to have to worry about GameStars when they come out. And look at this. GT God taking people down left and right with that UMP. That man has a 4 times on it, and we saw it early, and boy, is this gun accurate.
That's really impressive stuff here. Six God getting avenged from his own knock here. He is not really going to want to put up with it. And look at this is the aggressive play we're talking about.
This is what we want to
have a knock, and you see immediately the squad snaps to it. They know they've got him on the ropes. Grenades come in. The vehicle rolls in. Their squad mates come in. You see him enter the house. Six God going into frag. And as you can see, he's cleared the first floor. He peeks the second floor. Nobody there.
GT Doyu knows they have him hurt, and they're going to go ahead and try to push the action. They're just going to keep on moving. They have pretty much 2 players down. They need to go ahead and get one more. And look at this. Great play by the Terror Squad as he gets in the car and gets out of there. That is maybe one of the best plays that I have seen by the team from India.
It's gonna keep him alive for a little bit longer as a squad, but unfortunately his teammates are left hung out to dry. Amit decides to take things into his own hands. Torpedo gets finished, and unfortunately for the Terror Squad, they are left with 1 member left.
And as we see that beautiful replay there, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9, just destroying people with that UMP in the 4 time. One of the guns that I'm starting to see a lot here on this competitive games. And talking about competitive guns, we got the Mini 14, which I believe was a 6 time. I wasn't able there to double check, but Illuminate, they know that. They got KWCD there by Melta Power. Are they going to go ahead and wait it out? They are in the zone, so they don't have to worry about moving.
I love how they park their cars just with that little berm and play where they have them protected. The tires aren't going to get shot out. Nobody's really going to take, bullets at the top of the cars from range, wasting that ammo. You can see GameStars here from the top of the ridge, hanging out just outside the zone, trying to zoom around and get in.
And as we see Sute there on the kill feed, being able to go and take down one of the Arab Madness players, and Rolex goes down to Evil's Bull Shark to a grenade, and oh my god,
the car kill! Oh my goodness, Ever Fury, he is not having any of it, and he decides to go run him over. You gotta love it.
The disrespect there by GameStars. They say, you know what, we're just not even gonna go ahead and jump out. I don't want your loot. I'm just gonna go ahead and run you over and just go with it.
You know, Northern George provides a lot of loot when you're not even bothering to stop and pick up that extra ammo and extra weapons, man. He just ran him over, a little kaboom, kaboom, and he is off into the distance.
Loving those sound effects. Definitely loving them. And look at this. Galaxy just pretty much waiting patiently, looting up. We have seen them in interesting spots. We saw them very northeast earlier, and it seems like they're still there. And look at this fight right here. Cloud9 going up against Evos. Cloud9 already has lost one of their teammates as Rolex Rolex did get naded and got destroyed there by Evos early in the game. Is Evos going to go ahead and try to push this? We know that the Asian teams are very aggressive. Can they go ahead and push this? Because they do have the numbers, but they have to be careful because BTR is very close by.
This is an interesting position that they find themselves in. They're not in Yasnaya this time, but again, Evos and Cloud9 finding a way to connect early, and they do exchange a few bullets, and Evos coming out on the better end of it.
And Carnage here with the M4, he seems like he's switching it up. He does have a 4-time on it, but as we mentioned, BTR is close by.
Cloud9 sandwich. Sam taking some shots here from BTR out the backside here, and it looks like Kodo has been made aware of it. He's going to roll over. Sam with the 6 times here. Watch Sam spray if he does find somebody to connect with.
And if you can, we know that man's got some accuracy, but he has to be careful as BTR might be aware now that they're in there, so they might go ahead and be worried that they're going to go ahead and push. Now, interesting plays here by Cloud9. They do have the cars inside. That's definitely going to go ahead and work to their advantage, right? And look at this, GameStars. We actually seen them there before. We've seen that play from them. They like to go ahead and go into that little dip.
Yeah, they like that berm, but they are in range right now of one of the compounds nearby, so they're going to be well hidden, so they're going to be able to peek it here. But this could be a difficult position for them rotating out. We'll see what develops as the circle closes.
They can definitely peek it, but they also have to be careful if they get pushed by teams. They do have Evos there on the other compound, pretty much just northwest, it appears. Actually, Evo's Bullshark starts noticing those cars, and he's going to go ahead and start backing them up a little bit. He doesn't want them to get a little bit too comfortable on that area. Evo's Bullshark just being precise there with that single fire on the M16, and he's able to get him that accuracy, ladies and gentlemen.
Not used to that kind of accuracy from range.
This play here by Evos, they're going to go ahead and push it. They know they got a player down, ladies and gentlemen. Evos knows they have GameStars hurting, and look at this push here by Evos.
Look at the split. This is brilliant. Evos on the offensive here. Look at the angles.
The angles in the GameStars starting to realize that they're starting to get flanked. They're going to go ahead and jump on the cars. Is Sute going to be able to go ahead and get out of there as the Evo's Bullshark is getting shot by other GameStars teammates? Interesting plays here as Evos with that beautiful flank, but luckily there for GameStars, they realize that they're in a bad spot and they push out.
Very well played by both squads there. Evo's really at another level as far as their accuracy is concerned. GameStars not used to that type of opposition. When they take that spot in North America, that's something that they're able to hold. They're able to knock people down. Evo's able to easily pick up the knock immediately. What you saw, which we haven't seen from a lot of the teams in this tournament, is immediate aggression. As soon as they picked up the knock, they went for it. They pushed GameStars out of the spot. GameStars realizing they were in trouble, immediately hopped in the vehicles and see you later.
Evos just being so aggressive. We have never seen that before. And look at this.
They lost their compound.
Now gonna go up against
Look
CPT.
At this.
CPT controlling that building. Can they go ahead and just win this before CPT hand jumps in? Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. CPT going inside the building. We got Evos outside. Evos JC gets knocked out by CPT. He's gonna go ahead and get finished, but CPT gets knocked out from behind. Bullshark with those accurate shots. He gets knocked down from behind as well as CPT. And
what a flag from Han. On the flag, Han takes down X as well. Evos is on the rope. Ernie is down to him. And Ernie goes down. This is brilliant play from CPT. They stole the compound. Extreme awareness, seeing the Evos had left it to go take on the GameStars. And that aggressive move cost him. Check this out. C9 comes into the scene as well, trying to take advantage of a weakened CPT team.
And this is the perfect time right here. They need to go ahead and push. They had 2 players down. They only have 1 player down right now. You see Koda starting to get some shots. That man's got the AKM. Sam being able to go ahead and take another player down there from CPT. Great, wonderful plays here by Cloud9 as he knocks another player down. Cloud9 trying to take control of this compound. Kodo, actually, I believe
Carnage goes down.
Take it down. Ladies and gentlemen, can he clutch this kill?
Cloud9 takes out CPT. Takes the compound. They say no way. CPT takes the compound from Evos. Cloud9 takes it from CPT. Who's next? Who's going to come flying into the next car? Is it Illuminate? We'll have to wait and see.
If you are not standing out of your seat right now at home or celebrating, my gosh, that is some of the most intense action back and forth I have seen ever.
And here it is, still under fire. Illuminate indeed does show up, and C9 in trouble. Their tires being flattened right now. They have nowhere to go. They are stuck at this point. And remember, they are a man down as they lost Rolex a little bit earlier to the grenade.
They are, and I believe they're actually 2 men down now with Kodo being up, and I believe it might have been Carnage as well. So
Carnage
they have, actually Kodo is the only one left from C9 there. Huge hit by C9 as they were able to actually go ahead and secure 3 kills, but you gotta go ahead and kind of think about it, right?
You know what's crazy?
Wasn't worth it.
What's crazy about this game is we've seen so much action, we've seen so many great plays, but look at how many teams are still alive.
18.
This is a huge thing. If C9 goes out now, they're going to be 18th place.
It is.
It seems like they've done a great job, right? But we're still at 18th place. So many teams left on the board.
Once we zoom out and look at the map there, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9, you're going to realize that that was just a tiny little area in the map. There's still a lot more teams getting readied up and trying to figure out. LHW is starting to get some shots in there and starting to let them know, hey, we are here.
Really good stuff at that compound. LHW up on the cliffside now, taking a look at Big Russian Bot. Really nice stuff from him. We've got LHW Zen looking with a Car 98 down at the compound, and he is very feared with that gun.
He is.
Prefers the DMR, but he's rocking the bolt action for right now.
He's going to be able to get some shots there. We saw him being able to get some knocks earlier, and one of the LHW players is currently a little bit hurt, so we definitely saw some engagement there early by them, and I believe they were able to go ahead and knock down somebody, but they weren't able to get the finish that we're used to seeing them get.
That's absolutely right. Taking a look inside the LHW, or this is GTW's camp here. Fixing headphones and taking it easy.
Waiting patiently. He doesn't have a helmet, though. One shot, and that helmet is pretty much gone. Big Russian Bot, Torty here with his squad, waiting patiently. He has to watch out, though. LHW knows that Torty and Big Russian Bot is there, so they definitely have to be careful about that.
Still looking through the windows. He definitely knows that he's there.
Now, one thing you gotta keep an eye out on, they are currently on the, they got the height advantage, ladies and gentlemen. So it is something good to see, right? You wanna go and see them have the height advantage, and we know that LHW definitely has the accuracy as well. And not only that, they have the scopes, because at this range, if you don't have any scopes, you might as well not wanna go ahead and engage. You're not gonna be able to get anything, PB.
Better to stay hidden and not show yourself than peek with a red dot or a holographic sight. These guys are all rocking 4 times and 6 times scopes from range.
As we see,
check it out.
Team Terror from India here, Amit, the one that was able to get away earlier. He's still alive, and GTW has been following him all along. They're saying, we want to go ahead and make sure we finish off that team. We were able to get 3 of you. Let's see if we can maybe get the 4th one. And they're looking for him, too. They're trying to figure out where he's at. They're not going inside that complex yet. Amit does have the AKM, so he is ready to rumble. Is he going to go ahead and be able to steal the car again and get away with it?
At this point in time, I wish Amit would just look out the window and just blow up their car. That would be the funniest thing in the world.
Imagine if he was actually able to go ahead and do that. Just destroy the GT squad by himself. That would just be priceless.
He got a close call there. He's able to live to fight another day, at least live to hide another day.
And as we see Wildcard passing by RRQ here.
RRQ up on Potato Hill.
They definitely got to watch out here. RRQ being hot right now. They have the momentum. They have everything going on for them at the moment. You got to be careful with this team. I don't think at this point, PB, would you try to engage them, or would you just go ahead and let them be?
I would definitely try to engage them before they get that position in the final circle. I would be trying to knock them out early because in addition to you having to perform well, you need to knock them down a peg, man. You got to have some of the other teams finish above them in order for you to gain ground.
Definitely, if you are able to knock them right now, they will pretty much finish Team 18, which will be huge for them. You're gonna pretty much stop them from getting more points. You're gonna stop them from getting kills there towards the end, and it will just be a huge. Oh my goodness, LHW there with the car. Okay, I haven't seen that before. Actually, I have seen it, but it was by mistake.
They're packing those cars into the shelter right now, keeping them hidden.
And Illuminate now coming in. They saw a lot of gunfights here early, and they're saying, you know what? Let's go ahead and go down there real quick. Although they don't seem to remember that they did blow out some of the tires of those cars. And as we see, Cloud9, the only player left from Cloud9 is Gun. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We got Full Sin, we got Hero, we got LHW nearby. Who's going to go ahead and be the first one as we see Gainstar starting to shoot some people from BRK In LHW, we see them consistent. We see them knock people outside cars. Can they go ahead and do that here as Hero is trying to run away?
And look at that. Gangstars has knocked out and finished Team BRK with another subpar performance in Game 2 today. And they were definitely looking to do a little bit better.
And Kodo actually being able to go ahead and knock somebody down there. He wasn't able to get the kill, I don't believe. LHW getting some huge knocks. Actually not able to get the kills though. They're starting to get the knocks, but they're not able to finish them, which means they're not able to get points. And barely misses that shot. He goes for it again.
That was millimeters away from a headshot there. Very good try from Ace.
If he would have been able to get that, it would have been insane. Look at this. Headshots, Kodo, 1 kill. All right. And something that I've been noticing too, it appears that LHW is always carrying one of those bulletproof UAC. I'm pretty sure they might be getting that flare gun that is so famous in PUBG Mobile from Novo, calling it in. And that's actually a card that you want to go ahead and have, but you got to be careful because you can't shoot out of those cars.
No, you can't. They're very difficult to shoot out of because you can't. And they're actually not super bulletproof, so you can still shoot bullets into there and do damage. It's kind of a death trap, so
Yes.
surprised to see that thing driving around.
I wonder if they're just mostly using it as cover. We've seen them pretty much drive around with four cars each. Each player just having a single car to themselves. They don't mind it if they get blown up as long as they can use it for cover. And look at this circle right here. Not a hard shift whatsoever as all the teams, pretty much all the teams are currently inside in the Divine Mansion. Galaxy being here, trying to take control of Mansion, but they gotta watch out because they do have Torty nearby.
Torty outside the compound here, looting up a house, getting position.
Just
taking a
patiently.
peek at Galaxy, who's got Dudu looking out the window, Kong hanging out in the background here.
Looking for him. He does have the tree nearby, so nobody's going to go ahead and spot him. But Torty does have that gun ready. He has the M4, and he also has a level 3 helmet. So if anything, he is going to go ahead and be able to take some shots, but they have to watch out because the Japanese team is going to come up from behind, and they could actually go ahead and get him. Now, keep in mind, the zone is going to go ahead and move here shortly, ladies and gentlemen, and it looks like it's going to go ahead and be going to Yasnaya. The zone is going to Yasnaya, which means a lot of teams are currently outside the zone, PB.
Looking strong here from LH. They've got the cars down in the tunnels, and they're going to be bringing them out. Korea Winter Chicken Dinner lurking close by here. They're going to happen to see them. Yeah, they know they're there. June's got that UMP scoped in from a distance. That's one of been the shining weapons today. Pyra's been rocking it. June's been rocking it. We've seen some really solid UMP play from all players today.
And that's something I love seeing about LHW. They pretty much, as soon as the zone moves, they say, all right, everybody, roll up. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. We do not want to stay here whatsoever. Let's start getting our positioning in. Let's start making sure we take over a certain compound. That way we don't have to worry about moving in late once the circle starts pushing.
And you see Kato out in the middle of nowhere, just chilling, hanging out. He buying some time. He's trying to finish higher than 18. He's made his way to 17 at this point.
Not only him, but also Amit. Yeah, Amit, one of the players that we saw earlier. Oh, LHW, LCD, the disrespect once again. Go hits and runs over somebody. He's not even going to try to finish him up. He's just letting him know, watch out. Don't stay out for too long.
That's right. LHW prioritizing position over fragging at this point, given their position in the tournament. But oh my goodness, we got some return fire coming. Nanachu finishing off somebody with the M16 after a nice little snipe.
And if anything, that would be the best time to go ahead and push the Japanese team as they were currently outnumbered and full send exclusive, just pretty much ramming the car into the wall and getting herself inside the safe zone. And look at this. Katarina gonna go ahead and more than likely do the same thing. And LHW starting to take over this little building right here. He notices the car. He knows what's happening here. I wonder if he's gonna go ahead and try to blow out those tires so they don't get away, or just wait patiently so that he doesn't give out his position.
You know, that's one thing I figured out about the use for that armored UAC. It's a little bit heavier. So when you run over people out in the open field, it hurts more. That's what I think the use is.
It definitely does. As Amit is currently getting shot right here. Amit doesn't have any players left. So if he gets knocked, that is going to go ahead and be it for him. He's able to go ahead and sneak up a little bit. He is currently being a snake. But ladies and gentlemen, once you're by yourself and going up against all these teams, it might be the only hope.
Galaxy coming in from Korea, being shot at by their Japanese counterparts, Solgia. Oh, can they get out of dodge? Let's see. They're going to be going right to Yasnaya, where guess who is waiting for them?
LHW, Hero, everybody, Hero. I'm pretty sure they want to go and get some kills as he is able to go and take out Galaxy Hedge. Look at him go. He knows that there's more coming. He wants to go ahead and get that finish. Here comes the smokes from the Galaxy team. I wonder if they're going to go ahead and try to push that, or if he's going to go ahead and throw that grenade, which he throws the grenade, but he throws it inside.
Wow, that was awfully close. He blew a huge chance there, but he's able to get the finish after all. Holy cow, he almost blew himself up. That was not the intention. Man, he made that a little bit more difficult than it needed to be.
It did, but in a way, it kind of turned out working for him as he was able to go ahead and rotate to a different window and get the kill that he solely needed, as Hero currently has 2 players left. And look at this, the Japanese team. I want to go ahead and see what they can do. They didn't have such a great showing on day number 1. Can they go ahead and come out and just get some more kills and get even a better placing?
RRQ just knocked Hot Jukes from Wildcard, so they're engaged somewhere. Majed just went down to the play zone, it looks like. Ooh, RRQ getting knocked. Wildcard firing back. Seagut getting the knock there.
Seagut, we know he's a good player. We know that what he can do up close and personal. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the circle has moved. LHW is going to have to move. Hero's going to have to move. Galaxy is going to have to move. All these teams that we're currently seeing on your screen are going to have to move, and they need to go ahead and do it as soon as possible because they got 1 minute left before the circle starts moving in. And look at this, LHW is starting to take out people there. Did I see somebody from Full Send being able to go ahead and take down somebody from LHW? LHW clears out Full Send. Lucifer being able to get some kills as well. Siga gets taken down by Illuminate, and look at this angle that RRQ is trying to get here on Gangstars, as Gangstars is taking over that little sniper tower.
Trying to keep track of what's happening in the kill feed is really, really difficult because you'll see 2 squads fighting each other, and then all of a sudden a 3rd squad knocking somebody the same one, and then a 4th squad. Everybody seems to be fighting everybody here on rotation.
So like much action. And
Illuminate chasing RRQ right now after taking out Wildcard.
Wildcard just currently in a bad position here as they are going to go ahead and start being surrounded, and they're not going to be able to get that much cover, but RRQ does notice a player laying down. He takes those shots, and he's going to go ahead and make sure he finished him with that mini 14 and that 6 stab that we see so much love. He backs, he says, you know what, let me go, I'm not going to go ahead and finish you off yet. He's not standing up, he's just staying there. He's saying what's going to finish
just got a kill as well, taking out Nanitu from Japan.
Amid definitely putting up the firepower there for the terrorist squad as Outsiders getting caught out once again. He is known to overextend a little bit. Outsider needs to back up a little bit more because if not, he's going to go ahead and get picked apart here as RRQ has his eyesight straight on him. And ladies and gentlemen, he wasn't able to find any cover as we're seeing LHW take out somebody from Gangstars as well.
RRQ really, really impressive there with that mini 14. G9 just not missing very many shots at all. Knocking 3 different teams there. That was really, really impressive.
And interesting stuff by Amid. Amid is now starting to push towards the zone, and RRQ Senior with the clutch that we saw from yesterday.
Another kill from RRQ G9. Great work with that mini.
Sitting at 8 kills, PB, and there's still 24 people left, ladies and gentlemen. So they can definitely go ahead and start racking up the kills here. Something that they are known for. And look at this, Gangstars.
Look at the position of Gangstars.
Looking interesting here.
They are in the middle of this zone for now, but we do have a new zone developing, and nothing is currently inside of it. It's kind of interesting.
The longest kill distance here is by RRQ G9 with 267 meters. Is he going to be able to go ahead and continue that trend, though? Because now GTW has spotted them, and GTW needs to go ahead and get this finished if they want to go ahead and move up on the leaderboard. They want to go ahead and just clear out RRQ. This is what they want, and they do just die. They do just that with the M4.
They've got a little bit of time, though, before the zone does collapse, but they're in a problematic spot right now. Gangstars trying to move their way in, using their smokes to their advantage. Ever Fury's going to get knocked here. Ever Fury goes down to 6 God. Smoke just a little bit late. He's able to get popped there. Trying to grab some cover. He's found him. Can he connect for the win?
He's still shooting him even though he's through his smoke. You gotta go ahead and move around. LHW currently trying to control this compound as GTW is pretty much fighting off Gangstars and also RRQ.
Look at this, Arab Madness making an appearance here in the top 7. King is still alive, as well as the rest of his squad over to the side here.
Ooh, Aaron Manis gets taken down there by LHW, and more than likely he's not going to be able to get picked up because the zone is now starting to move up. Aaron Manis King with the DP28 starting to push up as well. LHW is going to go ahead and have to sacrifice some players here as this zone is coming in. GTW is going to go ahead and come up as well. Is he going to be able to go ahead and get out of that zone? Aaron Manis goes down to GTW.
Again, GTW with the superior positioning in every final zone so far. LHW again doesn't get the final circle, looking strong all game, but unable to get into the final zone. Ace goes down. They're down to one more member. It looks like Zen is trying to get his way in. He does do so, healing up at this point, but they are in a load of trouble.
Gangsters Angry gets taken out there by the Japanese team. Look at Fire. Fire waiting patiently by himself inside the smoke area. And the Japanese team looking very strong here as they are actually trying to secure their highest placing so far in the tournament.
Japan looking really good right now. Couple of members left. One of them is knocked, though, at this point. Again, 6 teams left, only 13 alive, so not much more than 2 per team at this point. A lot of individuals crawling around, and you got Illuminate here with 2 to their name. JCZ and Maroon 5 trying to clutch it out for him.
GTW getting taken out by LHW. RRQ seeing that, and they're also start shooting at them. There you go. There goes some players there from GTW. Is LHW going to go ahead and push the action a little bit here as they're getting bombed?
Huge grenade there. Nice work from Zen. LHW ending the game for their counterparts there. They will be moving on, and that is huge for them as they're trying to put some distance between them and GTW in the
They are, and look at that beautiful shot there by RRQ Sung as he was able to go ahead and get some knocks. And LHW Ace, is he going to be able to get out of there? Barely with 5 HP. He's going to go ahead and be able to go ahead and take out somebody. Illuminate Maroon 5.
Ace goes down. Pyra getting a kill there on Illuminate JCZ. Pyra is really, really trying to clutch this. Look at this. Gets the finish. Nice job. He's gotten himself into the top 3.
Pyra, finally the North American team being able to go into the top 3. Can Pyra go ahead and just secure another top 2 spot? RRQ still looking dominant. They're looking for that 4th win in a row. They do have 3 members left. They're going up against the Japanese team in Pyra, which is by himself.
Interesting tactics here from RRQ. They're very, very split, which could prove a little bit interesting. We've got ourselves Gangstars hanging out in the smoke right now. And they seem to know that. Grenades coming in. He's in the blue zone, trying to outlast, trying to med. Japan with 2 members left, really trying to figure out what's going on. Look at this, RRQ. He's got the kill.
Waiting patiently.
Pyra goes down.
To go ahead and push the action. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. RRQ sees him, and he goes in and finishes him. 4 in a row, ladies and gentlemen. RRQ is showing us what they're made of, and they are trying to make sure they start winning it from freaking day number 2.
4 in a row. Play. Unbelievable stuff here. RRQ Athena, welcome back to the stage once again. They're getting used to talking to these guys. 13 kills in this one to wrap up the chicken dinner. But really proud of Team Japan making an appearance in the top 2. Nice job to them. Doggy, Salt GM, Adanachi, and Leshy all making their way into that 2nd place spot. And then we see our first appearance from a North American squad in the top 3, and that is Gangstars with Pyra really going clutch at the end. Almost made it to the top 2. Got taken out just in time.
Absolutely monumental. I cannot believe what we are watching here from RRQ. What a performance so far. 4 chicken dinners in a row. It's unheard of.
It's insane with this caliber of competition, this many teams involved. To win 4 in a row is making a major statement. We've played 6 games. We're halfway through the tournament. RRQ Athena in firm control right now of the whole competition. They are eyeballing that $200,000 first place prize.
I don't think they will mind taking that home, but something I do love seeing there, we gotta give credit to Pyra as he was the last player there from Gangstars. We're able to go ahead and hold it off. So Pyra, I see you there, baby. Give me some love. Pyra being able to go ahead and just hold people up, even getting a couple kills there. Love seeing that, man.
Definitely a little shock on his face. They're having a good time. Gangstars happy with their 3rd place in that one. A really, really solid performance from them. Really happy to see them do well.
I'll tell you something, boys. Every single game I'm taking notes. I'm studiously thinking what are we going to talk about and stuff like that. after the first two teams died, I decided to stop taking notes as we take a look at the highlights here from game number 6, brought to you by Samsung Galaxy Note 9. And guys, the highlights are coming up, but I just want to talk all day about that compound with EVOS being there, then CPT, then C9, then Illuminate shooting down at them. It was phenomenal stuff.
That was easily the coolest moment of the tournament so far. Just one squad after another trying to take advantage of a weakened opponent. Many props that we'll get to that in just a moment. But first, we see Terror on the passive once again. GT Doyu not putting up with it. We got the car kills out of the open. That was insane.
That was my reaction too. I was just looking like that once I saw GameStars run over somebody in this action right here. CPT against EVOS. CPT had pretty much just being able to go ahead and come out and destroy some people there from EVOS after EVOS was almost trying to go ahead and wipe out GameStars.
Beautiful play from Han to get the squad wiped, but then C9 took advantage of the fact he was now out of position away from his squad. They came in, stuck in, took it out. Kodo being the last one alive from his squad, getting it out, and Carnage unfortunately getting finished. Kodo's the last one left, and then C9 being pushed out as well. Unreal sequence.
Definitely being able to go ahead and win Sanity, that engagement right there. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to go ahead and just point out that EVOS play where they just pretty much go ahead and push GameStars, because that was just wow. And RRQ once again with the steady shots, that Mini 14
MVP of the match right here, G9. The Mini 14 just completely picking apart player after player from range, 267 meters on that shot right there. Dude was absolutely on fire with the minis.
Definitely wasn't. Look at Aaron Madness right here. He was able to go ahead and take out 2 players from LHW, it appeared, but he wasn't able to go ahead and get the finishes.
There he is again.
Just taking people down left and right. RRQ looking way too strong right now, ladies and gentlemen. Is anybody going to be able to stop them, or are they just going to go ahead and keep on winning?
It's going to be so difficult to contend with them for sure. And again, though, I still want to come back to... It had probably about 3 or 4 moments where it was the best moment of the tournament, because we had actually Gangstars originally. They took, and this is important to know, they took one of the strongest defilades in the entire map, where they are very comfortable of holding usually, but EVOS completely turned that on the head, and then by the time they come back, talk to me about it, boys.
It really did. X holding a position in the compound there, sees the Gangstars players peeking, and immediately gets that knock with the M16, and they pushed the position pronto. They wasted no time, flushed them out. Gangstars realizing, oh crap, we're not hidden anymore behind these berms. The other team had an angle on them. They grabbed the vehicles, and they took off.
My jaw dropped. Seven, you watched me.
We were both looking at each other saying, did they just do that to them?
It was insane. But hey, that decision to leave and take off, well, look at it. It paid off for
It definitely paid off for GameStars, as they were pretty much able to get away from that. But huge plays there by EVOS, as they pretty much just were able to back him up and say, hey, you're not in North America right now. You are in Dubai, baby. This is the global finals.
Let's check in with the kill rankings from that game. As you can see here, LHW overall 73 kills to their name. RRQ with 64, but it doesn't matter because it's all about those 4 chicken dinners that they've been able to accrue while getting those kills as well. Just massive plays coming out from them.
So many kills from LHW. They definitely have a leg up on everybody here. I'm curious to see if they're going to get blessed with a zone maybe once in the final 6 games here. So far, they have not been lucky going into that final circle. Look at the number of kills, though, from each of their players.
And something that I noticed there from the team kills is that GameStars is slowly but surely starting to creep up. They're now on the 5th spot of kills, something that I do like seeing there. They're starting to wake up, and LHW, just the players alone being too dominant.
I like that we had a clash of sharks as well in that final game. LH and GT going up against one another, trying to eliminate each other, and this G9 going up against Pyra in terms of those stat kills, and overall, again, kind of big plays coming out from both of these guys.
Pyra been absolutely clutch so far with the UMP, and he was able to get some sweet kills with the AK there at the end, kind of hanging out in the blue zone, trying to man up. Unfortunately, he got spot taken out, but G9 really impressive that game, like super impressive with the Mini 14, a masterful display of that weapon.
And these are the standings here for round 6. We see RRQ Athena with 695 points, and Team Japan, actually one of the teams that wasn't. This is by far their best placing of the tournament with second place. They were able to also get some kills with 470 points total. I love seeing that there by Team Japan.
Yeah, if you consider that they came into the day as 17th with 550 points, just from this game alone, they doubled basically what they've got from day one, which is nice.
Big shout out to Amit from The Terror.
Yes.
He got his team all the way up to 9th spot after being threatened as the very first to go out. So that's a huge testament to him and his survivability over the course of that match.
I actually want to roll it back to that moment, though, because I think that, you know, them getting that knock on 6 spot at the beginning, if they'd been a little bit more aggressive, they could have potentially actually done some damage there to them.
If they would have pushed the action from the get-go before GTW would have gotten actually comfortable with it, they could have gone ahead and get those kills. Luckily for Amit, he was able to go ahead and use those smokes and just run with it. But as we see there, RRQ Athena almost 1,000 points ahead of everybody.
Like the Burj Khalifa itself, towering above second